Hello, and welcome to another video about Wild Fist Karate. My name is Sensei, and I'm here to teach you about martial arts, so you can learn to fight, get fit, and probably become a professional fighter like I want to be. In this video, I'm going to go over all kickboxing moves, all the basic ones, with punches, kicks, and defenses. So, before you get to your stance, if you're right-handed, you stand in an orthodox stance. With your right foot back. If you're left-handed, you stand in a southpaw stance. With your left foot back. You bounce on your toes, not too much though. You do this to gain speed and agility. And of course, you raise your hands to guard your face. And drop them if you're far away from your opponent, without safe energy. So, without further ado, let's get into the moves. Starting off with the jab. A straight punch with your lead hand. When performing a punch, make sure your shoulder is touching your cheek, like this. Because this will give you more punching power and will protect your face from getting hit. Also, make sure while punching, you don't drop your other hand, or you're in a position to get a counterattack. Keep your other hand up to guard your face. Also, if you're punching with your left hand, make sure you keep your right heel on the ground. If you're punching with the right hand, keep your left heel on the ground. Speaking of, next is the cross. Just a right-handed variant of the jab. A straight punch with your rear hand. Because as I mentioned, keep your shoulder to your cheek, you punch forward. Make sure you're looking at your opponent and where you're aiming. And of course, you're punching with your right hand to keep your left heel on the ground for stability. Next, you got the hook. A semicircular punch with a spinning motion, a twisting motion. It can be performed with either the lead hand or the rear hand. You aim it at the side of your opponent's face or at the side of their torso, like the liver or obliques. A left hook is especially dangerous because it targets the liver, which is on the right side on your opponent's body. Next, you've got the uppercut. It's just a scooping upwards punch with either hand. Before performing it, make sure you duck, because it will give you more power and will allow you to avoid attacks. You bend your legs slightly before performing the uppercut. That's how you duck. After that, you got the Superman punch. You essentially fake a kick, you jump and kick back, or punching forward. It can be performed with either hand, but mostly the rear hand. The kickback motion is performed to gain more punching power. And the last of the punches, you got the overhand. This is exactly how it sounds. You throw a punch over arm. Essentially the opposite to the uppercut. The uppercut is underarm. The overhand is overarm. Just like the uppercut, they can be performed with either hand, but it's mostly with the rear. This is probably the hardest hitting punch you can throw. Landing one of these is probably a guaranteed knockout. Now you've got the kicks. When performing kicks, you want to be at a distance from your opponent. Usually when you're at a distance, you're going to drop your guard, because you won't need it. It allows you to save energy. And so when performing any kick, make sure to keep one hand up, and with the leg you're kicking with, you draw back the arm in the direction on the side that you're kicking. Whereas we've got the front kick. Essentially the jab of kicks. You just kick front. Yes. Also, make sure you kick with a front kick. You stay on the tip of your toe, the tip of your foot. It can be performed like a snap motion for speed, or a thrust motion for power. For a front snap kick, you just bring it upwards and tuck your head down. For a thrust motion, you bring it forwards and bring the head back. After performing a kick, you can either draw it back like this, or just go through like this. It can be performed with either leg. Next, you've got the roundhouse kick. Probably the most common kick you've seen in professional fighting and even in movies. As it says, it goes round. It's actually the hook of kicks. It's like a whipping motion. You twist your body like this, stepping outwards with one of your feet, and the other you kick. It can be performed with either leg. Make sure you twist your arms the whole way through to get as much force as possible. Don't overstep with your foot. It won't gain as much power, and you won't be able to hit your opponent. Next, we've got the side kick. You've probably seen Bruce Lee perform this kick. Rest in peace. You essentially kick from your side. It can be performed in a standing position like this, or even a step position for more power. I mostly perform it in a step position for more power. Also, it reminds me of Bruce Lee, my favorite martial artist. When performing a side kick, you want to look to the side or to the back. You want to bring your head backwards and also bring your arms backwards. You can perform with either leg, but I mostly perform it with the lead leg because it's faster. After that, you've got the back kick. This is probably the strongest kick in martial arts. You just turn back, all the way back. Make sure you twist your feet. Don't change the position. And you just kick back and also look backwards. You bring your arms back for momentum. Like that. You've probably seen Nat Home perform this loads of times. It can be used for offensively to deal massive damage, or defensively to just push opponents away. After that, you've got the axe kick. You bring your leg upwards like this. Like this, and then you slam down with your heel like an axe. Make sure you twist your foot, your other foot outwards to gain as much power as possible. Try and be careful not to break your foot with this move though. And lastly, we have the kicks. You've got the spinning hook kick, or hook kick. It's essentially just a side kick. Where you perform a missed side kick, and then you unleash with a whipping hook motion, like this. If you want more power, you can perform a spinning hook kick like this. is essentially the reverse to a roundhouse kick. The roundhouse kick is performed either with the shin or the top of the foot. The hook kick is performed with the heel or the sole of the foot. Use the heel for knockouts and the sole for point scoring. It can also be used to dodge attacks if you time it correctly. Because you're spinning, your opponent throws a punch, you slip over it, and as a counter, hook kick. Also make sure before throwing that kick, you look where you're going to kick and then swing. And now we come to the defenses. Because as they say, the best offense is more defense. As well as striking, punches and kicks, you also need to learn how to protect against them. First, you got probably the most basic one, the block. You can block jabs like this, block hooks like this, but you can't block uppercuts though, they're too strong. You can use the block to weigh down opponents before striking back. I don't find this very effective though, because you can just guard your face, which is about the same thing. And next up we've got the parry, probably a more effective variant of the block. Your opponent throws a strike, you smack it out of reach with your hand, and you unleash a counter attack. However, against faster strikes, you're going to have to throw multiple parries, which could risk you getting caught off guard, like here. So instead, you parry an attack, and you unleash a quick counter attack. After that, you've got a slip. It's pretty simple. You just duck like this, bringing your head to one side. Bend your knees while doing so. It can be performed to either the left or the right. You can retaliate with a punch like this. Also, you've got the roll. You also bend your legs and you travel in like a U shape, like this. Useful especially against hook punches because of a circular motion. You can retaliate with a hook like this. Also, you've got the lean back. If you get attacked by a punch or a kick, particularly to the head, you can lean back by stepping back with your rear foot, or even doing what Muay Thai fighters do, like this. And of course you can counter attack. Muay Thai fighters mainly do this to dodge kicks. And then they counter. And finally, probably my favorite defensive move is the step, or dash, as I like to call it. You just take a quick step in a given direction, like forward, backwards, left, or right. This can also be used offensively to close the distance and strike the opponent. Like forward, backward, right, left, backward, forward. You can even combo this with punches and kicks. Make sure to use defensive techniques in between your offensive combos to anticipate your opponent's attacks. Okay, that's all the kickboxing moves. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, smashing that subscribe button, leaving a comment, turning on the notification bell for more, also sharing it with others, and try and hype it if you can. Hype the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Sayonara.